Question number 38 of the ID Passport exam from PhilNITS. In this question, we are being asked, which of the following is an appropriate description concerning a scheme for authenticating a user of a system? Let's highlight a few words. Scheme, authenticating a user. Okay, so the way to answer this is to read each of the choices and then from there choose the best answer. If we read statement A, it's saying that we're gonna use a password and it's only used once and it's called a single sign-on. For letter B, multiple servers or applications can be authorized once using a one-time password. For letter C, we use a sequence of numbers or characters and it's entered as a password. It's called the matrix authentication. And for letter D, we authenticate a user via fingerprints, voice prints, and physical characteristics. This is called a challenge response authentication. Okay, so I think letter A and letter B are unlikely answers, and it's because letter C and letter D seem more closer to what we're going for. We need something that can authenticate users, although letter A and letter B do say something about signing in, authenticating users too. If we look at the key phrases here, they mostly pertain to signing in once, logging in once, one-time password, and what we want, I think, is for the user to be authenticated several times, not just once. If we go to the other letters, letter C and letter D, we do have a sequence of numbers or characters and they're entered as a password. This sentence, I think, is a bit ambiguous at first, and that's why I think the first time I attempted to answer this question, about half a year ago, I didn't choose this one. But in fact, letter C is the correct answer. Let's quickly look into letter D too to see why this isn't really the correct answer. It has something about challenge response, but usually when you think about challenge, there has to be some kind of task or a question maybe that the user has to answer. But in this case, he just needs to put in his fingerprints, voice prints, or physical characteristics. And I think the challenge response there wasn't, I think, the way that we would need to continuously authenticate a user. So in that sense, this one is not the correct answer. I know that the question and the statements from the choices aren't really as clear as they should, and that's why the way to answer this, I think, is to quickly read the choices, and if you think that one letter is the correct answer, put a mark there and quickly move on to the next question. We know that the set of questions in the exam is a mix of very difficult and very easy. And when we say very difficult, it could also mean that you need a lot more time to arrive at the answer. And so what we need to do is to get as much points as we can. And so if we find an answer or a question with an answer that we think is already the correct answer, although we might need a little bit more time to verify it, we can just quickly move on to the next question and get as many points as we can. This one really, I think, is a little bit ambiguous. Is if you just read the sentences here, like for example, the correct answer, it has a lot of the wordings in the sentence, sequence of numbers, characters, but really, it really means only entering a password. And I think the rest of the words here made the statement a little bit more ambiguous. So move on to the next question and get as many points as you can.